While most of us imagine secret societies as shadowy cults in hooded robes, chanting in Latin and plotting in catacombs, the truth is far more corporate. The real rituals of power aren't happening in basements. They're happening in plain sight, behind the closed doors of billionaire retreats, private island resorts, and exclusive political think tanks. We're told these are just networking events, fraternal clubs for the powerful, a chance for the elite to unwind. But the symbolism they use, the oaths they take, and the allegiances they forge tell a different story. What if the rituals of the rich weren't just symbolic, but strategic? What if they were a blueprint for control? For centuries, the idea of the secret society has captured the human imagination. Groups like the Freemasons, the Knights Templar, and Yale's infamous Skull and Bones have become legends, synonymous with hidden knowledge and clandestine influence. Their power lies in their mystery. A secret shared is a bond forged. A ritual performed is an allegiance sealed. These societies exist at every level of our world, but while they share a common architecture of secrecy and symbolism, their purpose, their resources, and their ultimate endgame shift dramatically as you climb the ladder of wealth and power. The initiation rite of a local lodge might involve a simple oath and a blindfold, designed to teach lessons of trust and mortality. But the initiation into the circles of the global elite? That's a different ritual entirely. It's a filtration system, designed not just to test loyalty, but to identify those with the correct mindset to preserve and expand a system of power that has existed for generations. Today, we pull back the curtain. We are going to compare the world of the everyday secret society with the ultra-exclusive echelons of the powerful. We'll decode their symbols, dissect their rituals, and expose the fundamental goal that separates them. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is an analysis of power. Let's start at the ground floor, what we might call the $1 society. This isn't about the cost of entry, but the accessibility. These are the fraternal orders your grandfather or uncle might have belonged to. The Freemasons, the Oddfellows, the Knights of Columbus. They are in nearly every city and town. Their rituals, while secret, are widely documented by historians and former members. An initiate into a Masonic lodge, for example, is often blindfolded, referred to as being in a state of darkness, seeking light. He is led by a rope, a cable tow, symbolizing his bond to the fraternity. He is presented with tools of stone masonry, the square, the compasses, the gavel, each a metaphor for building a better self. The square teaches morality, the compasses teach self-restraint, the gavel teaches control over one's passions. The purpose here is explicit: personal improvement and community service. These societies build character, create business networks, and run charities. They provide a sense of order, brotherhood, and continuity in a chaotic world. The symbolism is ancient, but its application is personal. It's about mastering yourself. The secrets are designed to create a bond. The hierarchy provides structure. But the ultimate goal is internal. It is a noble and transparent ambition, hidden behind a veil of ritual simply to make the lessons more profound. They are, in essence, moral workshops. But what happens when these same architectural principles, secrecy, symbolism, and ritual, are given a billion-dollar budget and a global agenda? Welcome to the $1 Million Society. Here the price of admission isn't just money, it's power. This is the realm of the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission, the World Economic Forum at Davos, and the most notorious of all American secret societies, Bohemian Grove. These are not societies for self-improvement. They are societies for system alignment. The goal is no longer to master oneself, but to master the world. Take Bohemian Grove. Every summer for over 150 years, the most powerful men in the world, presidents, defense contractors, media moguls, and financiers, gather in a 2,700-acre redwood forest in California. They'll tell you it's a summer camp, a chance to escape the pressures of public life. But their most famous ritual, the cremation of care, tells a different story. In a bizarre, theatrical ceremony, members in robes burn a coffin effigy named Dull Care at the foot of a 40-feet concrete owl statue. The official explanation is that it's a symbolic act of leaving one's worldly worries behind. But let's decode the symbolism. The owl, associated with the ancient deities Molech or Minerva, is a symbol of wisdom, yes, but also of watchfulness in darkness. It sees what others cannot. The ceremony isn't just about banishing personal stress. It's about a collective absolution for the cares and consequences of the power they wield in the outside world. It psychologically reinforces the idea that the rules of society do not apply within the grove, and the decisions made there are above moral reproach. In 1967, Richard Nixon's attendance at the Grove is where he cemented the support that would win him the presidency. He later called it the most faggy goddamn thing you could ever imagine. Yet he still went. Why? Because attendance is not optional for those who wish to operate at the highest levels of power. Then there is Skull and Bones, the Yale society that counts 3 U.S. presidents, numerous Supreme Court justices, and CIA officials among its alumni. Initiates, known as bonesmen, are said to perform rituals inside a windowless building called the Tomb. Reports from insiders describe rites that involve lying in a coffin and recounting their deepest personal secrets to the group. This isn't hazing, it's the creation of mutual blackmail and unbreakable trust. By surrendering your deepest vulnerabilities, you become permanently bound to the collective. Your allegiance is no longer a matter of choice, it's a matter of mutual survival. The symbols used by these elite groups are not decorations, they are psychological triggers. The checkerboard floor, common in masonry but also present in elite iconography, represents the duality of light and dark, good and evil, and the knowledge of how to operate in both realms. The phoenix represents rebirth from ashes, not just personally, but societally. The power to destroy and recreate systems. The obelisk, an ancient Egyptian symbol of power and connection to the divine, stands in the capitals of powerful nations across the globe. These are not just traditions, they are a shared, nonverbal language of dominance, a constant reminder to members that they are part of an unbroken chain of influence, stewards of a grander agenda. The rituals of exclusivity, the exorbitant fees, the non-disclosure agreements, the carefully controlled press, all serve one purpose: to filter for and reinforce a psychology of absolute allegiance to the hierarchy. So, do these rogue rituals in the woods still hold the same power in our hyper-connected digital world, or have they simply evolved? Some argue the old societies have been superseded. The new masters of the universe are the tech elite. The new initiation rituals aren't held in tombs, but in the ultra-exclusive, closed-door sessions of conferences like Sun Valley, Davos, and the Bilderberg meetings, where tech CEOs, intelligence agency heads, and prime ministers meet under a strict vow of secrecy. There are no public minutes, no press conferences. The discussions that shape global policy on everything from artificial intelligence to digital currencies happen behind a wall of silence. This is the modern ritual of power alignment. They don't need to burn an effigy of care when they can collectively decide to rewrite the algorithms that shape public opinion, or architect financial systems that operate beyond the reach of sovereign governments. Think of it as the rise of digital rituals. Initiation is no longer a password and a handshake. It's gaining access to a closed data ecosystem. Allegiance isn't sworn on a book. It's coded into the architecture of a platform. Influence over media, policy, and economics is now wielded through algorithmic control, curated information flows, and paywalled access to the truth. The new symbols are not owls and obelisks, but the logos of corporations that have more power than most nations. The new secret language is not Latin, but code. The goal, however, remains unchanged: to create a cohesive, loyal, and powerful group that can steer the world in a desired direction, invisible to the public they govern. But here's where the picture becomes truly disturbing. It's been alleged by researchers and whistleblowers that some of these rituals aren't just symbolic. They are strategic war games, rehearsals for real-world domination. Scenarios where economic collapses, pandemics, or civil unrest are simulated and gamed by the very people with the power to trigger them. Understanding these rituals, from the humble lodge to the Billionaire's Grove, isn't about indulging in conspiracy. It's about decoding how influence actually works. Power is a system, and like any system, it has a blueprint. It has a language. The world we see, the politics, the news, the economic trends, is often just the public-facing performance. The script for that performance is written in rooms we will never see, by actors who have sworn allegiance not to a country or a constitution, but to the society they belong to and the agenda it serves. The true secret of the elite societies is that they have understood something fundamental about human nature. That people are governed by symbols, stories, and a sense of belonging to something greater than themselves. And they have perfected the art of using this knowledge to maintain and expand their own influence. They've built a parallel structure of power hidden in plain sight. The next time you see one of these symbols on a government building, a corporate logo, or a piece of currency, don't dismiss it. Ask yourself, what is it meant to communicate? Who is it speaking to? The symbols are everywhere, once you know how to look. Have you seen these symbols in plain sight? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to continue decoding the systems of power that shape our world, subscribe to Reality Redacted and hit the notification bell. Their secret world is built on our ignorance, and it's time to turn on the lights.